As we look toward 2026, the global conversation has shifted from cost efficiency to pure resilience. In my research area of energy and smart infrastructure, we're seeing that owning physical assets is no longer the safe bet as it used to be. Geopolitical fragmentation and supply chain shocks mean hardware can be a liability overnight. Runa, you're seeing a very similar pivot in physical security and video surveillance, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly, Stephanie. For years, the industry was obsessed with the buying the box, the best camera or the fastest sensor. But today, the risk of hardware becoming break due to the trade barriers or vendors locking is just too high. This has accelerated the development of video surveillance as a service. It's no longer about owning the device, it's about the subscribing to safety itself.
That's the core of it. We name it as subscribing to resilience. In the energy sector, we see this through energy as a service model and microgrids. Instead of a utility or a building manager buying meters or transformers, they're paying for guaranteed uptime. This shifts the supply chain risk as a technical debt to the service provider. How does the as a service model help the security manager navigating the supply chain diversifications you mentioned, Runa?
Yeah, well, it provides agility. VSaaS allows the organizations to be hardware agnostic because all data is stored in the cloud or at the software defined edge. You can swap out hardware vendors without rebuilding your entire security ecosystem. So, if a specific region's hardware becomes a geopolitical risk, the service layer remains the intact. So it's essentially a hedge against uncertainty.
It's interesting because our sectors are actually converging here. Whether it is great edge intelligence or AI enabled surveillance, the value is moving into even beyond the software layer. We're moving toward a sovereign infrastructure where the software controls the resilience, regardless of whether the physical and hardware was manufactured. Are you seeing the vendors change their long term strategies to match this?
Yeah, absolutely. The leading vendors are repositioning themselves as an ecosystem builder. They are not just only selling a product, they are selling a long-term resilient relationship. They are focusing on the open platform and uh, inter interoperability because that is what the market demands in a fragmented world.
To wrap up, Omdia says the winners of the next decade won't be the hardware kings, but those who can deliver resilience as a result. The shift from capex to opex is not just a financial trend, it's a strategic necessity for navigating a fragmented world. Runa, any final thoughts or comments?
Just that resilience, it's not a one-time purchase, it's a continuous service. If you are not looking at your infrastructure as a flexible subscription, and you are probably taking more risk than you think.
Well said. We explore this more in Omdia Research Agenda. Get in touch for more information.